Listen carefully because what I'm about to tell you could save your life. Right now, as you're watching this video, there's a silent killer coursing through your bloodstream. It's not a virus, it's not bacteria, and your doctor probably hasn't even mentioned it to you. It's chronic inflammation, and it's the hidden culprit behind 90% of all major diseases plaguing our society today. Here's the terrifying truth the pharmaceutical industry doesn't want you to know. That joint pain you blame on age, that brain fog making you forget names, that constant fatigue dragging you down, they're all warning signs that inflammation is systematically destroying your body from the inside out. And here's the kicker. Every single day you ignore these symptoms, the damage gets worse. But what if I told you there's a way to stop this invisible enemy dead in its tracks using nothing but 7 common herbs that are probably sitting in your kitchen right now? What if I told you that one of these herbs is so powerful that in clinical studies, it outperformed prescription anti-inflammatory drugs? And what if I told you that another herb on this list can reduce your inflammatory markers by a staggering 60% in just 3 weeks? The medical establishment has kept these secrets buried for decades because there's no money in natural cures. But today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the most powerful anti-inflammatory arsenal nature has ever provided. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use these 7 inflammation-fighting weapons to reclaim your health, restore your energy, and possibly add years to your life. But here's the catch, and this is crucial. If you click away now, you'll miss the one herb that researchers call nature's miracle anti-inflammatory. This single herb has been shown to be so effective that it's being studied as a potential replacement for dangerous NSAID that kill thousands of people every year. Stick with me, because what I'm about to reveal will change everything you thought you knew about fighting inflammation naturally. All right, let's dive straight into the list of powerful anti-inflammatory herbs, beginning with number 1, turmeric. Let's start with the golden warrior of inflammation, turmeric. This vibrant yellow root has been called nature's most powerful anti-inflammatory compound, and science is backing up what ancient civilizations knew thousands of years ago. The Johns Hopkins Medicine research team discovered that turmeric's active compound, curcumin, acts as a natural anti-inflammatory and antioxidant agent. What makes this even more incredible is that curcumin has multiple biological activities that scientists are still trying to fully understand. But here's where it gets fascinating. Researchers at the National Center for Biotechnology Information found that curcumin works by blocking nuclear transcription factor kappa B, which is like the master switch for inflammation in your body. When this switch gets turned on, it triggers a cascade of inflammatory responses that can lead to chronic diseases. Turmeric essentially turns off this inflammatory switch at the source. A groundbreaking study published in Phytotherapy Research demonstrated that turmeric extract was comparable to non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs in reducing osteoarthritis pain, but without the stomach damage and other side effects. To prepare turmeric properly, you can make golden milk by combining 1 to 2 teaspoons of turmeric powder with 1 cup of warm milk, adding black pepper, cinnamon, and honey. The black pepper is crucial because it contains piperine, which increases curcumin absorption by 2,000%. You can also grate fresh turmeric root into smoothies or teas. For maximum anti-inflammatory benefits, aim for 500 to 1,000 milligrams of curcumin daily, which equals about 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder. However, fresh turmeric root provides additional compounds that work synergistically with curcumin. Next, herb 2, ginger. Now let's talk about ginger, which I like to call the inflammation assassin. This knobby root isn't just for settling your stomach. It's a powerful weapon against chronic inflammation. Research published in the Journal of Medicinal Food revealed that ginger contains potent compounds called gingerols and shogaols that have remarkable anti-inflammatory properties. But here's what most people don't know. Ginger actually becomes more potent when it's dried and heated, transforming gingerols into the even more powerful shogaols. A fascinating study from the NICM Health Research Institute at Western Sydney University discovered something incredible about ginger and turmeric used together. When combined at a specific ratio of 5:2, these two herbs showed synergistic anti-inflammatory effects that were more powerful than using either herb alone. The researchers found that this combination optimally inhibited nitric oxide, tumor necrosis factor, and interleukin-6, which are key inflammatory molecules that cause pain and tissue damage. What's even more remarkable is that a clinical trial published in Phytomedicine involving people with rheumatoid arthritis found that ginger supplementation significantly reduced disease activity markers. The participants experienced less joint pain, reduced morning stiffness, and improved mobility after just a few weeks of consistent ginger consumption. To harness ginger's anti-inflammatory power, you can make fresh ginger tea by slicing 1 to 2 inches of fresh ginger root and steeping it in hot water for 10 to 15 minutes. Add lemon and honey for additional anti-inflammatory benefits. You can also juice fresh ginger and add it to smoothies or salad dressings. For therapeutic effects, aim for 1 to 3 grams of dried ginger daily, which equals about half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of ginger powder, or 1 to 3 inches of fresh ginger root. Next, herb 3, Boswellia. Here comes the herb that might surprise you the most, Boswellia, also known as Indian frankincense. This ancient resin has been called the Arthritis Destroyer, and when you see the research, you'll understand why. Boswellia contains powerful compounds called boswellic acids, particularly one called AKBA or 3-acetyl-11-keto-beta-boswellic acid, which researchers have found to be incredibly effective at stopping inflammation. What makes Boswellia unique is how it works. Unlike other anti-inflammatory compounds, boswellic acids specifically target an enzyme called 5-lipoxygenase, which produces inflammatory molecules called leukotrienes. These leukotrienes are responsible for many of the painful symptoms of inflammatory conditions like arthritis, asthma, and inflammatory bowel disease. A comprehensive review published in the Indian Journal of Pharmaceutical Sciences showed that Boswellia has significant antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and anti-tumorigenic properties. The most impressive study was a 2014 Cochrane review that found a 3-month course of 100 milligrams daily of Acaba-enriched Boswellia reduced osteoarthritis pain by nearly 20 points on a 100-point scale and improved joint function by 8 points, all without serious side effects. That's comparable to prescription anti-inflammatory drugs, but without the risk of stomach ulcers, kidney damage, or cardiovascular problems. Boswellia is typically available as standardized extracts in capsule form. Look for products that contain at least 30 to 60% boswellic acids, with AKBA being the most important. The effective dosage ranges from 300 to 500 milligrams, taken 2 to 3 times daily with meals. Some people prefer to take 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams once daily. The extract should be taken consistently for at least 6 to 8 weeks to see significant results, as Boswellia works by gradually reducing inflammatory processes rather than providing immediate pain relief like conventional medications. Next, herb 4, rosemary. Rosemary isn't just for flavoring your roasted potatoes. This aromatic herb is a powerful brain protector and inflammation fighter. Research from the Mediterranean diet studies has consistently shown that people who regularly consume herbs like rosemary have lower rates of inflammatory diseases and better cognitive function as they age. The secret lies in rosemary's high concentration of rosmarinic acid and carnosic acid, 2 compounds that have remarkable anti-inflammatory and neuroprotective properties. A groundbreaking study published in Frontiers in Pharmacology found that rosemary extract had significant antidepressant effects that were associated with its anti-inflammatory properties and its ability to rebalance gut bacteria. The researchers discovered that rosemary's anti-inflammatory effects weren't just local. They had systemic benefits that improved mood, reduced anxiety, and enhanced cognitive function. This connection between inflammation, gut health, and brain health is revolutionary in our understanding of how herbs can heal the body. What's particularly exciting is research showing that rosemary contains compounds that can cross the blood-brain barrier and directly protect brain cells from inflammatory damage. A 2020 study involving Japanese men found that taking rosemary extract for 4 weeks improved mental energy, sleep quality, and overall mood. The researchers concluded that rosemary's anti-inflammatory effects in the brain may help protect against neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. To prepare rosemary for maximum anti-inflammatory benefits, you can make rosemary tea by steeping 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried rosemary or a few fresh sprigs in hot water for 10 minutes. Fresh rosemary can be chopped and added to olive oil to create an anti-inflammatory cooking oil, or it can be used in marinades for meat and vegetables. You can also find standardized rosemary extract supplements with effective doses ranging from 200 to 500 milligrams daily. Fresh rosemary is generally safe for culinary use, but if you're using concentrated extracts, start with smaller doses and consult with a healthcare provider, especially if you're taking medications. Next, herb 5. Oregano. Most people think of oregano as just a pizza seasoning, but this Mediterranean herb is actually one of nature's most powerful anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial agents. Research published in the journal Molecules revealed that oregano contains incredibly high levels of antioxidant compounds, making it more potent than many fruits and vegetables in fighting inflammation and oxidative stress. The magic of oregano lies in its essential oils, particularly compounds called carvacrol and thymol. A comprehensive study published in Essential Oils of Oregano demonstrated that these compounds have potent anti-inflammatory activity by significantly reducing the production of inflammatory molecules like tumor necrosis factor alpha, interleukin-1 beta, and interleukin-6. What's remarkable is that oregano essential oil was found to be so effective that it could reduce inflammatory biomarkers in activated immune cells by substantial amounts. Recent research from Frontiers in Pharmacology showed that oregano's anti-inflammatory effects extend beyond just reducing inflammation markers. The herb actually helps modulate the immune system, promoting healthy immune responses while preventing the chronic low-grade inflammation that contributes to diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. This dual action makes oregano particularly valuable for people dealing with autoimmune conditions where the immune system is overactive. To harness oregano's anti-inflammatory power, you can use fresh oregano leaves in cooking, adding them to salads, soups, and meat dishes. Dried oregano retains most of its beneficial compounds and can be used more liberally in cooking. For therapeutic purposes, oregano essential oil can be diluted and used topically, but it should never be taken internally without proper guidance due to its potency. A safer option is oregano leaf extract in supplement form, typically taken at doses of 200 to 400 milligrams daily. You can also make oregano tea by steeping 1 teaspoon of dried oregano in hot water for 10 minutes, which provides gentle anti-inflammatory benefits that can be enjoyed daily. Next, herb 6. Green tea. Green tea deserves recognition as one of the most researched anti-inflammatory beverages on the planet. What makes green tea special isn't just the caffeine. It's a powerful compound called epigallocatechin 3-galai, or EGCG, which has been extensively studied for its remarkable anti-inflammatory and cellular protective properties. Research published in Anti-Inflammatory Action of Green Tea found that most human studies showed beneficial effects of green tea against inflammatory diseases. The mechanism of how green tea fights inflammation is fascinating. EGCG acts as a powerful antioxidant that scavenges reactive oxygen species, which are harmful molecules that trigger inflammatory cascades in the body. By neutralizing these free radicals, green tea essentially prevents inflammation from starting at the cellular level. Studies have shown that EGCG can significantly reduce the activity of nuclear factor kappa B, which is the master regulator of inflammatory gene expression in cells. What's particularly impressive is that green tea has been shown to have beneficial effects on a wide range of inflammatory conditions. Research has demonstrated its effectiveness in reducing inflammation associated with cardiovascular disease, diabetes, neurodegenerative diseases, and even certain types of cancer. A large-scale population study found that people who regularly consumed green tea had lower levels of inflammatory markers in their blood and reduced risk of developing chronic inflammatory diseases. For maximum anti-inflammatory benefits, brew green tea properly by using water that's around 175 degrees Fahrenheit, not boiling, and steep for 3 to 5 minutes. This preserves the delicate EGCG compounds that can be destroyed by excessive heat. Aim for 2 to 3 cups of green tea daily, which provides approximately 200 to 300 milligrams of EGCG. If you prefer supplements, look for standardized green tea extract containing at least 50% EGCG, with typical doses ranging from 300 to 500 milligrams daily. However, be aware that green tea supplements can be more potent than the beverage and should be taken with food to avoid stomach irritation. Next, herb 7, garlic. Finally, let's talk about garlic, which I call nature's blood purifier and one of the most versatile anti-inflammatory foods on earth. Garlic has been used medicinally for over 5,000 years, and modern research has validated what ancient healers knew. This pungent bulb is incredibly powerful at fighting inflammation and supporting overall health. The key to garlic's anti-inflammatory power lies in its sulfur compounds, particularly allicin, which is formed when garlic is crushed or chopped. Research published in Potential Health Benefits of Garlic based on human intervention studies showed that garlic has potent anti-inflammatory effects by decreasing inflammatory biomarkers in patients with various chronic diseases. What's remarkable is that garlic doesn't just fight inflammation. It actually helps modulate the immune system to prevent excessive inflammatory responses. One of the most interesting findings in garlic research is its effect on cardiovascular inflammation. Studies have shown that regular garlic consumption can reduce the inflammatory processes that lead to atherosclerosis, the buildup of plaque in arteries. Garlic compounds help protect endothelial cells that line blood vessels, increase nitric oxide production for better blood flow, and reduce oxidative stress that triggers inflammatory cascade reactions in the cardiovascular system. To maximize garlic's anti-inflammatory benefits, it's crucial to prepare it correctly. Crush or mince fresh garlic and let it sit for 10 minutes before cooking or consuming. This allows the enzyme allinase to convert allicin into allicin, the most potent anti-inflammatory compound. For therapeutic effects, aim for 1 to 2 cloves of fresh garlic daily, which equals about 2 to 4 grams. You can add minced raw garlic to salad dressings, hummus, or guacamole. If you prefer supplements, look for aged garlic extract, which has been shown to be gentler on the stomach while maintaining beneficial compounds. Typical doses range from 600 to 1,200 milligrams daily of aged garlic extract. Bonus, cayenne pepper. As a bonus, let's talk about cayenne pepper, the fiery circulation booster that packs serious anti-inflammatory power. While technically a spice rather than an herb, cayenne deserves mention because of its remarkable ability to fight inflammation and improve circulation throughout the body. The active compound in cayenne is capsaicin, which gives it that distinctive heat. But capsaicin is much more than just a flavor enhancer. It's a powerful anti-inflammatory agent that works through unique mechanisms. Research published in Capsaicin Supplements showed that capsaicin has significant anti-inflammatory properties by reducing the production of inflammatory cytokines and promoting the release of endorphins, which are natural pain-relieving compounds. What makes cayenne particularly interesting for inflammation is its ability to deplete substance P, a neuropeptide that transmits pain signals to the brain. When applied topically or consumed regularly, capsaicin essentially trains nerve endings to be less sensitive to inflammatory pain signals. Clinical studies have shown that topical capsaicin treatments can reduce arthritis pain, and oral consumption can help reduce systemic inflammation markers. For anti-inflammatory benefits, you can incorporate cayenne pepper into your cooking by adding small amounts to soups, stews, and sauces. Start with just a pinch and gradually increase as your tolerance builds. You can also make a therapeutic tea by mixing 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne powder with warm water, lemon, and honey. For supplement form, typical doses range from 2 to 6 milligrams of capsaicin daily, which equals about 2 to 500 milligram cayenne pepper capsules. Be aware that cayenne can interact with certain medications, particularly blood thinners, so consult with a healthcare provider before taking therapeutic doses. These 7 anti-inflammatory herbs represent thousands of years of traditional wisdom now backed by modern scientific research. From turmeric's ability to turn off inflammatory switches at the cellular level, to ginger's synergistic power when combined with other herbs, to Boswellia's targeted action against specific inflammatory pathways, each of these herbs offers unique and powerful benefits for fighting chronic inflammation. Remember, the key to success with anti-inflammatory herbs is consistency and proper preparation. These natural compounds work gradually to reduce inflammation and support your body's healing processes, unlike pharmaceutical drugs that provide immediate but temporary relief. By incorporating these herbs into your daily routine through cooking, teas, and high-quality supplements, you're giving your body the tools it needs to fight inflammation naturally and effectively. The research is clear. Chronic inflammation is at the root of most modern diseases, from heart disease and diabetes to arthritis and even depression. But you now have the knowledge to fight back using nature's most powerful anti-inflammatory arsenal. Start with 1 or 2 herbs that appeal to you most, be consistent with your use, and pay attention to how your body responds. If this video was helpful, kindly type yes in the comment. That motivates us to produce more content like this. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you found it valuable, share it with friends and family who might benefit from this information, and subscribe to our channel with notifications turned on so you never miss our latest health discoveries. Thank you for watching, and here's to your journey toward better health and reduced inflammation naturally.